My wife is complaining that I'm too impulsive, but how would she know? We only met yesterday. Welcome to Shave&Butcher. And if you follow the channel very closely, you will know why I'm wearing this t-shirt. If not, you can check the standings in the NHL playoff qualifications. So there's that. Okay, so in the previous video, I shaved with a safety razor on my head for the first time. Well, as some of you pointed out in the comments, it wasn't the first time. There was even photographic evidence to the contrary. But it's been a while, and I very rarely shave with one of these, a safety razor. So it was like shaving with it for the first time. I've done it a few more times and I quite like it. Usually I use this, a leaf razor. Takes the same kind of razor blades. So this is, I don't even know what this is, and they're not particularly extraordinary, but I had them. Specific shaving razor blades, don't use the ones you cut carpets with. But when I travel, especially when I travel with air, I typically use a normal cartridge razor. This is a Gillette Fusion, I think, with cartridges, several blades molded into plastic, and you know, they're okay, you can shave with them, and I do, but there's a difference. There's a difference shaving with this and with this. And today I'll use the cartridge razor on half of the head, a side-by-side comparison shave. And I'll use, I found this, an old can of shaving foam, which again works just fine, there's nothing wrong with it. So that's typical, call it modern way of shaving, wet shaving. With the safety razor, I'll use a traditional soap. This is from very traditional, Taylor of Old Bond Street. This is grapefruit shaving cream. And I'll use a brush, a shaving brush. This is made from synthetic fibers, work very well. You can have natural hair brushes. There's a wide variety of them. These are just as good, and they're really cheap, easy to clean, easy to maintain. I mix, I go between synthetics and natural hair brushes. Depends a little bit on what kind of mood I'm in, if I'm traveling, yeah. That's pretty much it. Okay, so we'll get the head wet. Left side of the head, as you can see. And we take the canned goo, as the traditionalists call it. Let's see. There we go. Again, this is fine. There's nothing wrong with it. I would say some of the differences between this and a traditional shaving soap that you load with a brush is that, but there's a few things. If your skin is sensitive, traditional soaps tend to be kinder to the skin. They have less funny stuff in them. Mind you, a lot of the artisan shaving soaps have quite a lot of perfume in them, which can cause irritation as well. But that's one thing. Okay, here we go. Another thing is, just the whole process, the whole routine of building a lather in a bowl or on your face. It's just different. This works fine. This is slick enough, especially if you add a little bit of water to it. It tends to be slicker. But you can use foam and a safety razor if you want to. It's just, don't. But this works fine. So the cartridge razor, if it's sharp enough, and it is if you got a new blade in it, cuts hair well, no issues really. But one thing that happens, especially if you have a few days worth of growth, is that they clog up quite easily. You have to rinse them often, and hairs mixed with foam can get stuck in between the blades. You don't have that issue with the safety razor, really. So that's an advantage. The quality of the shave, I would say it's easier to get a really close shave with a safety razor, or a straight razor, if you will. But if you're at it long enough with a cartridge, that works well also. But there is this thing abuses the skin a little bit more. It's easier to get irritation on the skin with this, I find. And one big difference is just the quality of your skin, you know, regularly. I used to get inverted hairs and blemishes and pimples, spots with this quite a bit, quite often. Even if I moisturize and did all that sort of thing, you know, skin doesn't look and feel as good as it does with one of these. And I would say that's the biggest difference. Sensitive skin, safety razor is better, and just the overall feeling on the skin is a big difference. Plus, you know, if you want to be more traditional in the way that you shave, the safety razor is more interesting, more fun. But did I get a close shave with this? Yes, I did. Now I shave my head with one pass only to get a really super smooth shave. You can go 2 or 3 passes. You go across the growth of the hair and against it. You can do that with building a lather. You can do that with a cartridge razor as well, but that's when, in my opinion, it isn't very comfortable. I really don't like it. It feels like you're pulling and tugging the hairs, and I guess you are, and I guess that's the big reason why you get some of the blemishes on your skin with them. With a sharp blade in the safety razor, you can start against the growth, and it's going to cut hair just fine. So if you're looking for this really polished head or face, if that's what you're shaving, then the safety razor is a good idea. And you know, just the comfort level is better. It's easier to get really close. Not because the blades are sharper, because I guess they're not. If a cartridge is fresh, it's sharp. You can get really close, but the comfort level is different. So if you just want a quick shave and you want to whack off whatever surface of the body you're shaving, foam, Gillette cartridge, whatever you're using, is fine. Typically, we'll see what you think. I'm not timing this, but I have the feeling that the shave is a little bit quicker. Watch my little spot there. a little bit quicker with a cartridge, but I think it's a matter of how used you are to it. So for me, shaving the head with this is still a little bit of an adventure because I haven't been doing it on a daily basis. So it might take slightly longer. Plus, when I shave with the safety razor, I typically go slower, just because it makes the experience a bit better. And I probably spend more time making sure everything is perfectly smooth. Could be doing this, so you see what I'm aiming at. So turn this around. You see there's foam there, but that doesn't get stuck. Depends on the razor. They vary a little bit, but they never really clog up unless you have like a week's worth of growth. Okay. In terms of skill, not a big difference. I need to make sure I get an angle that actually efficiently cuts hair. So equally good shaves. Now I'm gonna nitpick just a little bit with this one. Yeah, I don't have the angle perfect all the time. That comes with practice. Yeah, a lovely feeling. Lovely feeling to be freshly shaven. Both razors worked fine. We should give this a try. Buy a cheap one. I know they vary in quality. I have a few. I can't tell the difference. Some people spend really big money on safety razors. But if you don't, and if you use it consistently, you're going to save money, because the blades cost next to nothing. The cost per shave is extremely low, whereas with the cartridge, it's noticeable. So from a financial point of view, if you don't become a nerdy collector like some people, then you're going to save money. You actually are. And if you combine it with a proper soap or cream, but use a brush to build a lather in a bowl that you just paint on, or on the face, adding a bit of water like I do, you're gonna probably look forward to shaving rather than dreading it and seeing it as a necessary evil. Okay, that's my super amateur take on it. Thanks for watching. Go Habs, go. Stay sharp.